There comes a point in life when you stop and ask yourself, is this all there is? Not in a moment of despair, not necessarily in tragedy, but in the quiet realization that every day has begun to look like the one before. The same streets, the same conversations, the same routine that feels safe yet suffocating. You wake up, you eat, you work, you rest, you repeat. And while everyone else seems content to live in that cycle, something deep inside you whispers, there must be more. I remember walking through the city one late afternoon. The sidewalks were crowded, people hurrying to buses, to offices, to their homes. Their faces were blank, like masks rehearsed too many times in a play no one wanted to be part of anymore. I looked at them, and I saw myself. I too had been running, playing my role, repeating my lines, convinced that more effort would eventually bring a different ending. But no matter how fast I ran, how hard I worked, life kept giving me the same result. Exhaustion dressed up as progress. And I asked myself, what if nothing changes until I change? Because the truth is, the world mirrors back what we are vibrating. If you live in complaint, complaint grows. If you live in fear, fear multiplies. If you live in repetition, repetition continues. The universe does not give you what you wish for. It gives you what you are aligned with. And so long as you remain tuned to the same station, the song will always be the same. This realization hit me like a storm. It wasn't my boss, my friends, or the economy that were repeating my story. It was me, my beliefs, my energy, my unspoken agreements with mediocrity. I was creating more of the same without even knowing it. That night I dreamed of a corridor with endless doors. Every door looked identical, and behind each one was the same room, same table, same chair, same empty walls. I walked for what felt like hours, opening doors, only to find that every choice led back to the same outcome. And just when I was about to give up, I noticed a tiny crack of light leaking through a door at the very end. I touched it, and unlike the others, this one was warm. When I opened it, I stepped into a garden. Fresh air, color, birds, sky. And then I heard the whisper, the door was always here, but you had to walk past all the others before you dared to open it. I woke up trembling. I understood. Life offers you infinite doors, but until you change your vibration, you will only find the same room again and again. From that day, I decided to test a new way of living. Instead of waking up and asking, what must I do today? I began asking, who must I be today? That question changed everything, because it shifted the focus from action to vibration, from effort to alignment. And slowly, the doors began to change. Opportunities that once ignored me began to appear. People I never expected entered my life. Conversations turned deeper, more meaningful. And it wasn't because the world suddenly changed. It was because I had finally stopped choosing more of the same. But this path is not easy. The old vibration fights back. The comfort of repetition seduces you. It tells you that change is dangerous, that dreaming is foolish, that you should be grateful for the ordinary. And in a way, it's right. You should be grateful. But gratitude is not the same as resignation. Gratitude fuels the courage to walk through the door, not the fear to stay behind it. There were days I almost slipped back. Days when doubts whispered louder than dreams. Days when I looked at my failures and wondered if maybe I should just accept the room I was given. But each time I remembered the garden in my dream. I remembered the warmth of the light, and I chose again. And that is the secret. Awakening is not a one-time event. It is a daily choice. Imagine this. The entire universe is like an ocean of frequencies. You are a transmitter, sending signals every second with your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs. The ocean responds faithfully, without judgment. If you send fear, the ocean echoes fear. If you send love, it echoes love. And if you send nothing new, only the old patterns, the ocean reflects back. More of the same. But the moment you dare to send something different, gratitude, joy, hope, even if small, even if fragile, the echo begins to shift. The waters ripple in a new direction. The waves return carrying possibilities you have never seen before. That is the true power of vibration. And yet so many people live their entire lives never discovering this. They repeat what their parents repeated, what society repeated, what their fears repeated. They live entire lifetimes inside the same room, never daring to open the door with light. And when they reach the end, they wonder why nothing truly changed. But you are not here to repeat. You are here to remember. You are here to feel the invisible currents that shape your life and to learn how to steer them with intention. You are here to break the cycle of more of the same and create a reality that reflects your true essence. So the question is not, will the world change for me? The question is, am I willing to change the frequency I'm living in? Because when you do, the world has no choice but to respond. I want you to pause for a moment and look at your life. What has been repeating? What rooms have you been walking into again and again? What doors have you been afraid to open? And more importantly, what vibration are you still sending out that keeps calling the same reality back to you? If you dare to ask these questions, you already hold the key. And once you hold the key, the only step left is the courage to use it. Maybe tonight, you too will dream of a corridor full of doors. And maybe you will walk past the endless repetition until you see the light leaking through one of them. And when you do, I hope you remember this moment. If this story touched you, if it awakened even a small spark inside, don't let it fade. That spark is your invitation to step beyond repetition, beyond routine, beyond more of the same. Take a breath, feel the vibration you want to live in, and tomorrow, choose to walk through a new door. If these words resonated with you, join this journey with us. Subscribe to Awakening Whispers. Leave your thoughts in the comments and share this story with someone who might be waiting for their own door of light. Because awakening is not meant to be walked alone. It is a symphony, and your note is needed. So, will you stay in the same room, or will you open the door? The choice, as always, is yours.